Still on slide 2 here, I'm going to have you girls actually complete number 3 and 4, and so I will highlight that with our yellow box here, so that shows you those are the ones that you are going to complete. And then we're going to move down to the bottom row. And it says write the time on the digital clock. Write 2 ways to say the time. So this one I'm looking at right here says that it is 8:45. So when I type this in here, I will type that it is 8:45. Make sure I get that lined up. There are 2 ways that I can write this, and this is kind of what I was going at here. This, we can do it as minutes before and after the hour. So let's go ahead and do that. It is 45 minutes after 8. However, if you look at this, and I can say that because 8 o'clock would be when my minute hand is on the 12. This has gone 45 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So it's gone 45 minutes after 8. We would want to know how many minutes it takes until we get to the next hour. Well, first you want to think, that hour hand right now is pointing in between my 8 o'clock hour and my 9 o'clock hour. So it's going to be time before 9 o'clock. We just need to count how many minutes before. So we'll start here where your minute hand is at and count up to the 12. Go ahead and count by 5s with me. 5, 10, 15. That tells me that we are 15 minutes before 9 o'clock, which would be the next hour. A couple things that I always double check when we're doing time before and after the hour is that, first of all, your minutes here should add up to 60 because they should equal the full hour. So if I add 45 and 15, those numbers together would get 60. And then when I'm looking at my hours, they should always be 2 different hours. So the first one would be 8 o'clock, and the next one would be 9. So the after hour would be the one that happens before the next hour. And you'll always want to make sure that we're finding time that is in between those 2. So I'll do number 6 and let you girls do 7 and 8 on your own. This one, my hour hand is in between the 6 and the 7, so my time would be 6, and that minute hand is pointing to the bottom one, so that one would be 6:30. I just know this because I know what half past is on the clock, but also if you are not sure about any times you can always double check by counting by 5. So you would start at that 12, that's kind of your starting point and your ending point on a clock. And we would count by 5s going around to get this minute marker here. So we'll go ahead and count here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and there it is, 30. So 6:30. A couple ways I can write this with my minutes before and after the hour. This is actually, because it's halfway, it's 30 minutes after 6 o'clock. And when I'm going to my next one, it is going to be 30 minutes before. What do you think? The hour after 6 would be 7. So it is 30 minutes before 7 o'clock. Go ahead, girls, and do number 7 and 8 here on your own for practice, and I'll be checking those up later for you. We are going to hop to the next slide. It's slide 3 in your slide deck. I'm actually going to cut that one out since you've had practice with those 2. We'll look at 3 here. We can also show time to the 15 minutes. That's where we're talking about that vocabulary. This vocab here, this quarter after, half past, and quarter till. So I'll move that vocabulary over here for you as well. 9:15, to draw this, and this is tricky on slides, but you're going to use your tools up here, this arrow tool in your toolbar, and you will select that and actually click on an arrow to draw it. So for 9:15, I will put my little plus sign right here on the dot, and I'll draw my hour hand to the 9. That's the short one. For the 15, we'll click away so that you've got better luck there. And you will do your arrow tool again. 9:15, this one has to touch all the way to the number, so I'll bring that plus sign all the way over it. 9:15. Okay, and then you'll write it in the digital spot below.